People see Christian maturity as I don't mess up a lot. I used to see it that way, but I see it differently now. I think Christian maturity is when you see others before you see yourself. That's what 1 Corinthians 8 is about, and this is the 260 journey. 1 Corinthians 8 is an encouragement to live the Christian life wider and bigger than just yourself. And what Paul means by this is that remembering that your decisions and life help other people grow. How I parent, how I treat my wife, what I do with my free time, what I listen to, what I watch. It's not just about me and my desires, but it's about being an example to others. I love what A.W. Tozer said when he said, there are rare Christians whose very presence inspires others to be better Christians. I want to be that rare Christian. At our church, we have 4 services on Sunday. It's the same message because it's a different audience. One of our elders had a conversation with me that both encouraged me and inspired me. At our 5 p.m. service, he said to me, I can't believe the way you listened to that sermon from our special speaker. He said, wasn't this the 4th time you heard it today? I said, yes, it was. He said to me, you look like you never heard it before as you sat on the edge of your seat and took notes as if this was the first time you've ever heard that sermon. What I learned from that interaction was that 1, people are watching our lives, and 2, we can inspire others unknowingly by our decisions. I choose to take notes. I choose to be excited 4 times. I choose to sit on the edge of my seat and put myself in the posture of a learner. I just forgot that it can be an example for somebody else. I realized that a good example is more powerful than a good sermon. And in 1 Corinthians 8, Paul was showing this same principle from a different standpoint, but still the power of influencing others. He spoke about the freedom that Christians have, but we must be careful that if our freedom trips up someone newer and weaker in the faith than us. The challenge that Paul gives us is it's not for them to step it up, but it's maybe for me to take a step back and step down for other people's benefit. Here's what Paul said in 1 Corinthians 8:11. Christ gave up his life for that person. Wouldn't you at least be willing to give up going to dinner for him? Because as you say, it really doesn't make any difference, but it does make a difference. If you hurt your friend terribly, risking his eternal ruin. When you hurt your friend, you hurt Christ. A free meal here and there isn't worth it at the cost of even one of these weak ones. So never go to these idol tainted meals if there's any chance it will trip up one of your brothers or sisters. We must care for other people's growth by adjusting ourselves for their sake. If a nice hotel that you stay at has a casino, and if that trips up anyone who has stumbled with gambling, then guess what? I won't stay there for their sake. This could be with the music we listen to or movie rating we watch. If it affects a weaker or a younger Christian, we stop for their sake. Why? Because maturity in the Christian life is putting others first. It's living a life that's not just about me, but seeing others before me. Young Christians are called children in the Bible. James Baldwin said something profound about elders and children that can apply to parenting and even in the church. Listen to these words. Children have never been very good at listening to their elders, but they've never failed to imitate them. Paul was preaching example in 1 Corinthians 8. It's realizing that it's others before me, and that's maturity. I remember someone telling me many, many years ago as a teenager in church, Tim, do you know what joy stands for? He says, joy stands for this: Jesus first, others second, and you last. I think that still holds true today. If you want joy, it's others before you. Thanks for joining the 260 Journey.